I am Dr. Sigar Kanti, Associate Professor of Mathematics, Government First Grade College, KAP in Bangalore. In this video, we discuss some theorems on series. This is the session number 30 of third semester BSc Mathematics of Bangalore University, Bangalore City University, and Bangalore North University. So, in this session, we define infinite series. An infinite series sigma an is said to be a series of positive terms if each term is positive, that an is greater than 0. One theorem is there. This is the theorem. A series of positive terms either converges or diverges. That means series of positive terms never be oscillatory. That is the meaning. Now, in sequence, we have studied the monotonic sequences. Okay, and two types of monotonic sequences are there. One is monotonically increasing sequence, and the second one is monotonically decreasing sequence. So that is here. If the sequence is monotonically increasing sequence, we have one result in sequences. A monotonically increasing sequence bounded above is convergent, and a monotonically increasing sequence which is not bounded above is divergent. Okay, that is a monotonic sequence never be oscillatory. So here this is the series of positive terms I am considering. Let A and be a series of positive terms. Then consider the Sn here. Sn is the associated sequence, that is sequence of the partial sums. Then Sn equal to sum of the first n partial sums is equal to a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus an. This is our Sn. Then n plus 1 partial sum is a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus an plus an plus 1. And here if I consider Sn plus 1 minus Sn. Sn plus 1 is this minus Sn is this. So here a1 minus a1, a2 minus a2, a3 minus a3, an minus an gets cancelled. What remains is Sn plus 1 minus Sn is equal to an plus 1. This is the n plus 1th term of the series. And given that the series is series of positive terms, that is this is positive, that is greater than 0. So we have Sn plus 1 minus Sn is greater than 0 means the sequence Sn is monotonically increasing sequence. Then it is either bounded above or it is not bounded above. If it is bounded above, then it is convergent. If it is not bounded above, then it is divergent. That is, this sequence is either convergent or divergent. Therefore, the given series is either convergent or divergent, never be oscillatory. Next theorem. This is the necessary condition of a convergent series. So that is the theorem is a series an. If the series an is convergent, then limit of an as n tends to infinity is equal to 0. This is the necessary condition. If the given series is convergent, limit of an as n tends to infinity is equal to 0. This is the necessary condition. So let me consider Sn be the sequence of the n partial sums. Then Sn is equal to a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus up to an. And what is Sn minus 1? It is the sum of the first n minus 1 terms, a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus up to an minus 1. Now here, given that sigma an is convergent, that means here sequence Sn is also convergent. If the sequence Sn is convergent, then the limit of the sequence is finite and unique. And let me take limit of Sn as n tends to infinity is equal to L. Now consider Sn minus Sn minus 1. This is nothing but our an. So Sn minus Sn minus 1. a1 minus a1, a2 minus a2, a3 minus a3. Okay. And an minus 1 minus an minus 1 gets cancelled. Only an remains here. So this is equal to an. So this is the equation. Onto this equation, I will take limit. Limit n tends to infinity, left hand side Sn minus Sn minus 1 is equal to limit n tends to infinity an. Now here we take limit of Sn minus limit of Sn minus 1. This is equal to right hand side is limit of an as n tends to infinity. What is the limit of Sn? It is equal to L minus. What is the limit of Sn minus 1? That is equal to L as n tends to infinity. So this becomes 0. This is equal to limit of An as n tends to infinity. So that is here limit of An as n tends to infinity is equal to 0. See, this is the necessary condition. That is sigma An is convergent, then limit of An equal to 0. What about the converse? Converse is not true. Okay, that means here limit of An equal to 0, then we cannot say that sigma An is convergent. Okay, so that is the first one conclusion. If sigma N is convergent, then limit of An equal to 0. If limit of An equal to 0, then this series need not be convergent. But as this is the necessary condition, it must be equal to 0. Suppose if I get An is not equal to 0, limit of An is not equal to 0, then I can say that sigma An is not convergent. Okay, it is to be convergent, this must be equal to 0. As this is not equal to 0, this is the necessary condition. So therefore, if this is not equal to 0, then An is not convergent. Then that it is either divergent or oscillates. Okay. Next we go for an example, one more theorem. If sigma An converges to limit A and sigma Bn, this is another series, converges to B, then for any two non-zero constants K1 and K2, summation of K1 An plus or minus K2 Bn converges to K1 A plus or minus K2 B. To prove this, let me consider, let Sn be the sequence of the partial sums of the first series sigma An. Given that sigma An is convergent to A, therefore limit of Sn as n tends to infinity is equal to A. And then let sequence Tn be the sequence of the nth partial sums of the second series sigma Bn. Given that sigma Bn is convergent, therefore the sequence is also convergent and it converges to B. So that is limit of Tn as n tends to infinity is equal to B. Now let me consider another sequence, that is I denote this by say Un. Sequence Un be the sequence of the n partial sums of this series. Okay, so that is K1 An plus or minus K2 Bn. So that is here Un is given by n partial sum of this series is given by K1 Sn plus or minus K2 Tn. Okay, Un is equal to K1 Sn plus or minus K2 Tn. Now take limit onto this. Limit of Un as n tends to infinity equal to limit n tends to infinity K1 Sn plus or minus K2 Tn. This is equal to K1 into limit of Sn plus or minus K2 into limit of Tn. That is K1 into, we have this is equal to A plus or minus K2 into this is equal to B. So this is equal to K1A plus or minus K2B. So that is here the sequence Un converges to this. Therefore, this series K1An plus or minus K2Bn converges to K1A plus or minus K2B. One example. Consider this series sigma An equal to 1 by root n. So nth term is given by 1 by root n. And if I take limit onto this, limit of An as n tends to infinity equal to limit 1 by root n as n tends to infinity, this is equal to 0. Okay. So I am getting limit of An equal to 0. What about the nature of the series? So we show that it is not convergent, it is divergent. So let me take here. Sn is equal to the nth partial sum. The first term is equal to 1 plus second term is 1 by root 2 plus third term is 1 by root 3 and nth term is 1 by root n. So nth partial sum of this series. And here 1 is greater than 1 by root n. Okay. So this is greater than 1 by root n plus 1 by root 2 is greater than 1 by root n plus 1 by root 3 is greater than 1 by root n. and 1 by root n is equal to 1 by root n. So that is Sn is greater than 1 by root n plus 1 by root n plus 1 by root n plus 1 by root n. How many times 1 by root n? N times 1 by root n. So this is equal to root n. Sn is greater than root n. And if we take limit on this, limit of Sn as n tends to infinity equal to limit of root n as n tends to infinity, this is equal to infinity. This shows that the sequence Sn is divergent. So that is sequence Sn is divergent, then the given series is divergent. So here we have limit of an equal to 0, but the given series an, sigma an, is not convergent, so it is divergent. Okay, so that is the limit of an as n tends to infinity equal to 0 is the necessary condition. Okay, we stop this session here. Thank you.